What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. I've got my cuppa here and we're going to talk about some Newcastle United news circulating the club today. So we're going to get on with the Newcastle United news. First up, of course, is that Newcastle have released the images of the kit. And yes, it is that kit that was leaked ages ago. And I have covered it on the channel already. But Newcastle United have officially confirmed that it is the kit. It's available for pre-order today. The kit won't be launched until the 4th of July, but you can pre-order it on the Newcastle United website today. There will be images up on screen now of course, the tweet where Newcastle announced that it was the iconic black and white stripes, and we will be wearing this kit for the 22-23 season. They also confirm on the tweet that, of course, it is available to pre-order, and like I say, it's going to be launched on the 4th of July. So you'll be able to purchase the kit and receive the kit on the 4th of July, but you can pre-order the kit now. There will be images up on screen of the kit as well, and I've got to say, it's a really nice kit. Exactly what we're seeing, in the leaked images, a really nice kit, and like Newcastle said in their tweet, the iconic black and white stripes are there. There's a lot of influences in the shirt as well to the other shirts over the 130 years of the club as well, which is a nice nod by Castro to Newcastle United's 130th anniversary. The fan version of the kit will have an embroidered badge. The pro player version of the kit, which is £105, will not have an embroidered badge, but that's obvious reasons in the fact that it is the pro player version of the kit, which means, it is the exact replica to what the players wear on the field. And obviously that's not going to have a embroidered badge. I mean, the players literally switch their shirts every single game. So it would be pointless to have an embroidered badge on there. It's a lot more effort for the kit maker to do, and there's a little bit more expense in there as well to have an embroidered badge every single time for a fresh shirt as well. But the fan version of the shirt, £65. It's a pretty decent price, I've got to say, as shirts go these days. And to have an embroidered badge on it as well is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we haven't had an embroidered badge on Newcastle United shirts since the 1920 season, I believe it was. That was the last time we had an embroidered badge on the Newcastle United shirt. So it's nice to have the embroidered badge back on the Newcastle shirts. I really do like the embroidered badge more than, the ones that we see on the pro shirts, where they basically just look like a sticker and they've stitched it into the material. But I really do like to see the embroidered badge on the shirts. It makes it feel a little bit more higher quality when you see that. There's a bit more quality to it as well, and there's less chance of the badge actually falling off the shirt as well, which quite a few people have said has happened with Castro shirts. It's never happened to me, but some people have said it has happened with theirs. The sponsor, of course, as you'll have seen in the images, is Funny 8. Unfortunately, I think it was due to time restraints that, Funny 8 has had to stay on the shirt, unfortunately, because the transfer window opens in 2 days' time. Obviously, we're going to need, the shirts for player reveals, and plus, Funny 8 do have a contract up to 2023. I remember seeing somewhere on, a news article or something that 2023 was the last time we would see Funny 8 on a Newcastle United kit, or could possibly be the last time we see Funny 8 on a Newcastle United kit. But this season, of course, his home kit will be having Funny 8 across the front, and it works quite well because Castro do have their logo to match up as well with the Funny 8. They've also got the 130th anniversary as well on the back of the shirt to match up with the Funny 8 as well. And unfortunately this time around, unlike the 125th anniversary of Newcastle United's kit, this one doesn't have a special edition badge with 130th anniversary on it. It's just 130 years, stitched into the back of the shirt, which there will be images of that. But at the end of the day, there's still a lot of nods to the 130 years of the club in the design of the shirt as well. And I've got to say, it's just a really nice shirt. I'll definitely be trying to get one when it does come out on the 4th of July. £65, it's not bad when you consider, that there is a lot of quality put into the shirt as well, and the embroidered badge for me is, a massive pro in getting that shirt. £105 for the pro version if you want to get it, but I'm sure a lot of people will be going for the £65 version, especially since you get the embroidered badge. It does add that extra bit of quality, and it does take away the risk, of course, of the badge coming off the shirt, like some people have said. Like I say, it's never happened to me in owning the Castor shirts, or even the Puma ones before that. There will be images as well of the socks. The only area with an image of the socks at the minute is the Newcastle United website, and it of course is only on the infant kit that they show you the socks. So if the socks on the infant kit are the same as the ones for the adults or the junior kit, then, which I'm sure there will be, it's going to be exactly like you're seeing on the image. The Castor logo on the back, a white trim around the top with a light blue trim inside the white trim, and then of course the Nufc down the front of the sock. But really nice kit all in all, and of course, like I say, transfer window opens in 2 days, which moves us swiftly on to talking about the transfers news that has come out today. Obviously, I did a video yesterday talking about transfer news that was circulating the club. I also did a video talking about Dan Ashworth as well, being announced as the new club sporting director after the Premier League's approval was received by the club. And of course, he's straight into action, straight into his role as the new sporting director, and he's come in all guns blazing. He's trying to bring in 3 players in the window so far. There is news coming from Simon Bird saying Dan Ashworth has pledged to drive early action in transfer window as clubs close in on 3 new signings. Of course, one of them is already on Tyneside for a medical, and that person is Matty Targett. It's a 12 million deal according to the Daily Mail, and he's going to be joining Newcastle United. He's on Tyneside the date. I have a medical. Hopefully, if it all goes well, then he will finalise the deal, and Matty Targett will be the first signing for Newcastle United going into the 22-23 campaign, which I've got to say is absolutely amazing. Matty Targett did an impressive loan spell, and the only reason Newcastle were moving it slightly away from trying to get Matty Targett to the club is that, of course, Eddie Howe was wanting attacking options in the full-back positions. Of course, Renan Loddy was a player that was hugely linked with the club. I think he'll probably still maybe be linked, but we don't know yet. But there is reports saying that, Matt Targett is a really good deal at 12 million. He's only 26 years old, and if we can get, him to agree to the personal terms as well, like I say, he's having his medical up here, so we'll see how it goes moving on in the day. But it looks very, very promising for Matt Targett, or Matty Targett, as us Geordies like to call him. And of course, like I say, the medical is today. He's on Tyneside to get that medical. There's also more news coming from Graham Bailey, saying Matt Targett is one of Dan Ashworth's first deals, and he is on top of everything. It is believed he is the main reason Newcastle have stepped back from Dean Henderson's deal. So it looks like the Dean Henderson deal might not be going ahead now. Is Dan Ashworth has come into the club. It was something that I thought might happen, and it looks like it could be down to either, you know, Man United messing people around on the fee. It could also be down to maybe an attitude problem, but, you know, I am speculating on that. You know, there's no actual evidence on the reason why we've stepped away from Dean Henderson's deal, but we've stepped away from the Dean Henderson deal according to Graham Bailey. Only time will tell, you know, if that is true or not at the end of the day. But also, Pete Graves has put out a tweet talking about Matty Targett, saying NUFC pushing ahead with Matty Targett permanent deal from Aston Villa. Targett enjoyed huge success on Tyneside and impressed Eddie Howe and the club's owners. Deal in place to make permanent for just 12 million and expected to do so in the coming days, according to Pete Graves. And like I say, you know, he is having a medical. That has been said by 90-minute football and a few other media outlets as well are saying that he is having a medical today on Tyneside, and, you know, hopefully if it all goes well, then he will finalise the deal for to be a Newcastle United player for the 22-23 campaign. Fabrizio Romano getting in on it as well. Eddie Howe wants Matty Targett loaned to become permanent for Newcastle. And of course, he's saying, as per reports of Luke Edwards, it's more than a possibility. Targett is waiting for the final green light from the club, according to Fabrizio Romano. And like I was saying, you know, about Eddie Howe wanting the attacking options as well, The Athletic put out a piece, and Eddie Howe, of course, asked the NUFC recruitment team to identify more attacking left-back options. Renan Lodi was among them. Of course, though the club were put off by some of the crazy fees quoted, and instead decided Targett was a relatively cheap and easy deal to do. Now, just because it says relatively cheap and easy deal to do doesn't mean that, you know, the owners are only going for Targett because, you know, it's a cheap deal, and they're not going for Renan Lodi because, you know, they're asking for more funds. They're trying to be sensible. You know, you've got to look at it from their point of view. You know, they don't want to be doing what we've seen Aston Villa do, paying crazy money for 30-odd-year-olds. I know Renan Lodi's not a 30-odd-year-old, but you don't want, you know, the owners going out there and paying crazy money for 30-odd-year-olds like we've seen at Aston Villa and Everton. You know, you don't want that. We want to be going out there, we want to be getting players, you know, for our fees that we want to pay. We don't want to be held over a barrel, and it's a smart move by the owners. You know, if Matt Targett is there for a 12 million fee, bring him in. He's done a fantastic job. We can always, you know, go for the attacking left back options in maybe the January window or the summer window after that. You know, there's no rush. You know, there's absolutely no rush here. We just take our time, go at our own pace. You know, and at the end of the day, we've got a really good squad already. Look at what they've done, you know, last season, right away from bottom of the league up to 11th place in the league in the finish. You know, so we've already got some pretty outstanding players there in Kieran Trippier, Bruno Guimaraes. You've got Joe Linton as well, who's absolutely fantastic, completely reformed player since Eddie Howe's come into the club. You know, so we just need to go at our own pace. We don't need to be held over a barrel by the clubs, because that's what it clearly looks like is being done here. But Matty Targett deal, really good for 12 million. And of course, like I say, he is having the medical on Tyneside today. So if it does all go well, which I'm sure it will do, you know, then hopefully he will finalise the deal. If, of course, fees can be agreed for, you know, wages, agent fees and all that stuff. And there's more news on Hugo Ekitike as well. Dan Ashworth's currently working on a deal to sign Hugo Ekitike after Newcastle agreed a fee with Rams last week. NUFC have agreed to pay €31 million, although he will sign on an initial loan, which will have a mandatory clause in order to help avoid any FFP issues, according to 90 Minutes. If that is true, remains to be seen. But Dan Ashworth is working hard, and in Simon Bird's article as well, he does actually talk about Dan Ashworth trying to get that deal for Hugo Ekitike done, and he is a player that we are very much pushing to bring in, which is going to be interesting to see what happens with that one. The loan deal does sound quite interesting. It does allow, for Hugo Ekitike to come to the Premier League, see what it's like, see if you can settle in Newcastle, and see if you can settle in England as well. It also allows us a little bit of leeway as well to be able to see if he's actually a good player or not in the Premier League. We don't want to be paying 31 million euros for a player and him turn out to be, like an Emmanuel Riviere or somebody like that. We don't want that kind of situation happening. But it's a very smart move if that is indeed what is going on. It would be a very smart move by the owners in doing that, and a very smart move on both parties as well, because it does allow, like I say, Hugo Ekitike to be able to see if he can settle into the club as well, and settle into the area and the league as well. But moving on from that one, and there's talks of heavy links with NUFC, but looks like we'll have to look at other options, according to Dominic King of the Daily Mail. I seriously doubt this one, to be honest, because it's saying Liverpool want to sign Darwin Núñez and are prepared to smash their transfer record to get him. Darwin's keen apparently on a move to Liverpool, and Man U and Atletico Madrid are also interested in him. But from what I've heard, from rumours going around and what I've picked up, Liverpool don't have the funds to be able to bring Darwin Núñez in. I mean, Benfica is asking 100 million euro for Darwin Núñez. Liverpool at the moment are waiting on a decision, from Bayern Munich, if they're going to be able to pay 42 million for Sadio Mane. And if Bayern Munich don't pay 42 million for Sadio Mane, then that's Liverpool pretty much out of the window on that one. And to be honest, pretty much out the window anyway, because all they could offer, apparently according to Liverpool, is 42 million euro for Darwin Núñez, which that is not even anywhere near the amount, of what Benfica is asking for Darwin Núñez. And like I said in the video yesterday, from Seb Giovanelli, he actually said, that Newcastle and Man United are leading the race for Darwin Núñez. And of course, there's already been bids put in as well by Newcastle and Man U for Darwin Núñez, according to the reports that I was putting up on the video yesterday from Seb Giovanelli, who is a Uruguayan journalist who, of course, works for ESPN and a few different media outlets as well in Uruguay. So I don't know where Dominic King's coming with this one, but it is the Daily Mail. So, take it with a pinch of salt. But that is all the news for Newcastle United today. Like I say, if you want the new Newcastle United home kit for the 22-23 season, head over to the Newcastle United website, pre-order it. In the course, it is released on the 4th of July, is what is being said. So that will be when it launches, and hopefully, like I say, we will have some pretty marquee signings coming in the door that will be able to wear that shirt next season. And there is talk as well of Gareth Bale. There's rumours going around about Gareth Bale and the possibility that Newcastle could possibly go for Gareth Bale. We'll have to see on that one. It would be a really good deal for both parties. It would give him a chance to get first team games, which he's not really getting at the moment at Real Madrid, because he has sat on the bench for a reasonable amount of time. And of course, with the World Cup coming up and Wales making the first World Cup for the first time since 1958, I believe it is, which is a massive achievement for Wales, and a lot of respect and a lot of credit does have to go to the late Gary Speed, who really laid the foundations on what Wales have been able to accomplish, you know, since the passing of Gary Speed. And a lot of respect, like I say, it does have to go to Gary Speed for Wales making that first World Cup since 1958. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go about their campaign in the World Cup. But a move for Gareth Bale to Newcastle United could profit both parties. Of course, it allows us to have a player who is a household name. It allows, you know, for some pretty big boosts in with FFP as well, because it, you know, the Saudis are going to really enjoy having somebody like Gareth Bale in Newcastle United. It's going to give them an option, you know, to be able to have him on the back of their shirt, and so many people out in the Middle East are going to want that. You know, even people here will want Gareth Bale, you know, on their shirt. He's still a household name. He's still a fantastic player as well. He's still got a lot to give, and you know, he'd link up with some of the players that are already at Newcastle United as well, in Kieran Trippier, because he's already played with them at Tottenham. But anyway, let us know your thoughts about everything said in today's video. Hit that like, please, if you can. Let's see if we can get to 70 likes on this one. I have been watching the likes and we've been doing pretty well on them. If we can get 70 likes on this one, that would be absolutely amazing, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you can, please subscribe to the channel, as I'm on the road to 1.5k subscribers, and you know, we will get there in time. And as always, appreciate every single ounce of support that is shown to the channel over the last 5 years. It's been absolutely crazy. Of course, we hit the 1k milestone just in May, and it's absolutely amazing to finally hit that milestone. You know, it felt like it was never ever going to be reached, but we finally hit it, and we are now on the road to 1.5k, heading upwards from there as well. So till next time, thank you for all the support. Hit that like button, and I'll see you all next time. However, lads.